What's the male equivalent for when girls go to the bathroom together? When one guy is BBQing. He needs other men around with beers in hand for technical support. Even if he asks. The only help any guy needs with a barbecue is someone to grab him a cold one. Technical support? It's all smoke and beerers. Have 3 people involved in a project that takes one. From assembling furniture to barbecuing food. For some reason guys need one person to do the task and plus 2 people to stand around providing commentary advice. Haha. This is very accurate. How am I supposed to accomplish a task without someone there to distract me from said task? Focus on it, you say? Preposterous. Watching the one guy dig the hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Step 1. Stand in driveway. Step 2. Open car hood. Step 3. Crack beer. Step 4. Suddenly like 5 other dudes are there. Going out to the garage to look at the car. New tools. Etc. I don't understand how men can stand in a cold ass garage and just talk about car stuff. In the middle of winter. While staring at a car that is under its winter cover thing. I just want to remind all men that we took an oath of secrecy. Answering with the true answer will destroy the very fabric of our way of life. I think you forgot about the vow of secrecy we took to never tell anyone about our vow of secrecy. Line cooks going en masse to smoke. Then the ticket printer starts spitting lines like, relevant rapper here. Source. I am a non-smoking line cook. Saying. Well. That's not going anywhere after putting toe straps on something. This must be done every time a man straps something down to a car. And any other male in the vicinity must agree with him. I must admit that there is something super satisfying about tying down a boat to a trailer or a tarp over a load of gravel or using straps to tie down a bunch of furniture and you are able to arrange everything just right so it's all nice and secure. It's such a lovely feeling that you just have to share. In the UK, if 2 men are going to the toilet together they are either sharing a gram of coke or are going to have anal sex. Pretty sure my local bartender thinks my friend group must all be f-king each other cause we never go into the single with less than 2 people and the pairings are constantly changing lol. We're just trying to get that tiger blood. Not every guy. And not every girl. Full disclaimer. But when girls start talking. And you're really trying to pay attention. But you just can't bring yourself to care. So then you're like. Yo, I'm gonna go smoke. Anyone want to join me? And every guy who smokes, including a few who don't, are just like yeah, let's do it. Then they go outside and it turns into a therapy session. Mostly related. My BF's friend group gets together every year for an in-person D&D session which last year was the first they went to a cabin. I got to tag along. And ended up getting along with everyone, yay. But anyway. At one point me and the chicks went out to smoke our various smockables. And one of the dudes came out with us. Ended up turning into an awesome therapy session for the guy. And helped him open up more in general to everyone. I use a term called bro hive. I work in a male dominated industry with a widespread bro culture. Almost every single time one bro starts talking to another bro, a third joins right away, then suddenly there are 5 bros talking together using bro speak. Bro hive. Getting 2 guys to come to your truck to give it a kick and a shake just to confirm that it ain't going anywhere? What's up with the whole girls going to the bathroom together? In our school it was boys always going together and it turned out there was a fight club going on in there and they were bidding on kids to see if they'd win. Girls go to the bathroom together to talk. Maybe in school. They don't want to be overheard by a teacher. Maybe in a mixed group. They want to talk about whether a boy is giving signals that he is into one of the girls. And they make a game plan. Sometimes you need to borrow a tampon or a ponytail holder. There is also the dark side of it. It's a middle school way of excluding some girls and including others. Being a bathroom gang is a signal of friendship. And sometimes, girls will conspicuously all go except for one girl who is being intentionally isolated. Not so much anymore. But in my 20s and 30s all you had to say was, Gonna burn one, and like 5 or 6 of my friends would materialize and follow me out to the deck to get in the rotation. It could be 2 outside and we still form a circle and talk about random shit while we smoked. No equivalent. We may pretend it's a giggle fest, but we go together for protection and most of us don't even think about it, when thankfully we are not going alone. We've done it for centuries. Or longer. And it often isn't even recognized as a method to keep ourselves safer, but it is, and it's even mostly effective. We don't talk about it because it's such a fearsome and even embarrassing subject. When in public, especially a bar, there are predators and creeps who will approach for their own reasons. We do not have the strength alone to effectively deflect unwanted advances or threats. But when we are not alone, we are a bit safer and less approachable. Go ahead and downvote creep, not you OP. We know who you are and will continue to help each other stand against the bad guys as best we can. You good guys need to watch your friend closely if she has to go it alone. Requiring at least one other person to confirm. Yep. That's going nowhere. When you've tied something to the roof of your car. Huddling around a TV screen at a sports bar. Thursday night game between 2 perpetually underachieving teams. Order a bucket of beers and wings, we gon' be here all night. My wife was recently curious about what me and my friends talk about in our group chat. She was wondering if there was any gossip or talk about wives or whatever. Nope. Just a bunch of recorded farts and completely unintelligible conversation going back at least 3 years. Adding sticks or logs to campfires. Especially poking and prodding the fire. The amount of snapping and searching for firewood never stops. That really depends on where you live. In North Korea, for example, people go fishing together and bake their catch in a campfire. But over here it's just bro hugging each other to sleep. Contrary to popular belief, women actually go to the bathroom in groups in order to keep each other safe from potential creeps predators. It's not always meant to be fun or to socialize. It's for protection. Also, sometimes periods like to sneak up and show up unexpectedly, and the tampon pad machines are usually empty, broken, or don't carry good quality products. So having a friend around just in case is helpful in those situations too. So, the equivalent to this would probably taking your buddies with you on a hunting trip or something. To keep you safe from bears and moose or whatever. When one person does a handyman task like changing a tire, and everyone else stands around not really doing anything. They don't want to look like a slacker. But they can't help due to inexperience or too many cooks in the kitchen. Watching porn together? Lol. So when I was in high school, my dad and I went on a college visit audition for music at Anna Maria College in Worcester, MA. We were in the cafeteria eating lunch when my dad and I noticed like 3 dudes at literally the best table were huddled around a laptop with Pornhub open and were all very giddy. I never ended up going there. A piss party. Just remember the most important rule. Don't cross the streams. Also, sword fighting is okay as long as you don't touch tips. Or balls. I was at a small rural town in a southern state at a repair shop to get my chainsaw fixed one morning. A half dozen men were sitting in the waiting area just chatting away. One guy even showed us the new design $100 bill that recently came out. He just passed it around. I swear I think these old guys just get up in the morning and say, "I'm going to grab a coffee at the repair shop and hang around this morning." Double quote. Also, I love going to the local tire shop. Great waiting area with overstuffed fake leather couches. Always a bunch of men swapping stories. The owner is the funniest guy in town. He told a story of hauling a bunch of those big round bales of hay on a truck and having some fall off when going around a corner. I love it. No, I didn't grab the $100 bill and run for it because 1. You can bet I would instantly be looking down the barrel of several guns. 2. I need my chainsaw fixed. Where else am I going to go? It's a small town. I've had a couple damsel in distress moments due to car trouble. Suddenly there are like half a dozen guys I don't know looking at my car trying to diagnose the problem and offer advice. And none of them know each other. When I was in my last year of school, 15, 14 years old, guys in my school went to the bathroom together. In fact, they danced to the toilet, singing songs about drinking and acting like they are about to go to the biggest party ever. My class teacher once witnessed it in a break and asked the teacher of the boys, "Are your boys all gay? Or why are they so excited about going to the bathroom together?" Double quote. We always called this a group poop when I was growing up. And its only purpose was to go smoke weed without my cousin because he was a douchy fiend who would get mad if you didn't smoke all your weed with him. And I do mean all of your weed. As long as you had weed. He wanted to smoke it all. And never contribute to buying it either. That's why when he was around, everyone would go take a group poop without him. He thought we were really shitting together. Lmfeo. Anything that requires people to stand around and look. I worked at a gas station. A car took out one of the squeegee paper towel stations. Tore it right off. My boss went out. And not 30 seconds later there was a group of men standing there looking at it with him. I'm convinced at least a couple of them came over from the fast food place next door. When you're struggling on the bench, every guy in your group gets super motivated. And starts to shout encouragements like their lives depend on it. Then, guys from other groups start to join the motivational mob. One more. Come on. You got this. There's like 100 guys willing their blood, sweat, tears, and spittle, unfortunately, into your performance. One more. Come on. You got this. Then you fail the rep. Sigh. Discussing the merits of various types of Detroit engine. While stoking a barbecue and drinking beer and poking around under someone's hood. Then playing with the kids in the swimming pool by throwing coins and watching them swarm to be the first to claim it. And drinking beer. Asking the ladies if they need help with the salads and being told to piss off back to the BBQ. My first group date with my husband. My girlfriend kept asking me to go to the bathroom to talk to her about her date. Eventually, one of the guys got up to go to bathroom. My future husband got up and said, "Hey wait bro. Do you need help? I need to talk to you." Screaming and following his guy friend to the bathroom while eating a piece of pizza made everyone laugh, including people not in our party. Turns out, that was the tip of the iceberg on weird behavior. But can't say I wasn't warned. I am not sure there is one. I once sat in a room with my best friend watching TV for 3 hours and we never said a word. The silence was finally broken when one of us asked the other about food. In the US, I think the closest I personally experience is carpooling to a common objective. Like a store to buy materials for projects of some kind. If you ask me, we are extremely conditioned by society to be independent at any cost. The act of going to the same store in one car for any reason is like weirdly taboo intimate if you ask me. But it's also a strong bonding experience. But again, I live in the US. And I don't do recreational drugs. My hobbies all revolve around doing work of some kind. HM. In the neighborhood I grew up in. It is the siren call of a raised hood on a car parked on a city street. My dad would pop the hood for whatever reason and all of a sudden, bunch of dudes would show up. I once entertained my mom by providing an unsolicited Nat Geo style narrative from our porch. Peeing on a tree together at 3 AM while drunk and singing Turris's songs. Edit. The song in question was Home Good and Beyond. The first time I ever got drunk. That's where the winds will us guide. In my school all guys went to the bathroom together too. We would just talk about stupid stuff or sing something funny. Or sometimes we waited until we heard a teacher walk in to check if we weren't smoking and someone would say something funny from inside a stall. E.g. "Hey, can you hold my mushroom?" And guys from other stalls would start arguing who wanted to do it more. XD the teacher's reactions were priceless. Haha. 2 answers. First, from my mom. She always said if you want to meet every man in the neighborhood, open a hood, dig a hole, or start a fire. Double quote. Second, from my experience as a high school teacher. A kid asked me to leave to go to the restroom. I said yes. He looked at his friend and said, come on, Keith. Time for a GP. I asked him what GP meant. And he responded with group poop. Double quote. Have 3 people involved in a project that takes 1. From assembling furniture to barbecuing food. For some reason guys need 1 person to do the task and plus 2 people to stand around providing commentary advice. Cause you need 1 guy to point at what you're doing with his beer and say, well, that's where you f***ed up. While the other guy nods in agreement. Now I want to go watch King of the Hill. My male high school classmates used to go to the bathroom together. I'm talking about 10-15 male teens in 2 cramped bathroom stalls. They would do this while blasting a shitty song in an actual speaker. They usually announced going to the bathroom time while making lewd and suggestive hand gestures in class. It was very immature and shouldn't be, but really funny to watch.